Hi, this is Lorenzo.
And this is Natalia. Welcome to the podcast Canadian Citizenship by North York Community House.
This is the space where our volunteers will read articles about some of the topics you may encounter on the test.
Hello, everyone, and hello, Lorenzo. How are you doing?
Hi, Natalia. Hi, everyone. I'm good. How are you?
Not bad. So let's start another session with our new words and new topic. Today we are going to listen about one of the very famous Canadian symbols.
Mm-hmm.
Can you make a guess, Lorenzo, what it can be?
Oof. Natalia, there are so many symbols. Maybe the beaver?
Yes, but we already spoke about the beaver.
True. I don't know. Let's listen to our volunteer.
Yes. Okay, let's listen. And if it will be interesting if you have this in mind.
Okay.
Hi, this is Asvini. Are you ready to learn more about Canadian culture? Maple syrup and sugar shacks. Why is maple syrup important? When the heat of the sun starts to be felt after the spring equinox, outdoor life returns in full swing. The most traditional way to celebrate that spring feeling in the air is with a taste of maple syrup. It was no accident that Canada chose the maple leaf as its symbol. Maple trees can be found in every province from coast to coast. Long before the arrival of the first European colonists, the people of this land knew the sugar maple's secret. There is an Iroquois legend about the sap of the maple and how Waxis, the First Nations chief, first tasted it as a sweet syrup because he had an ingenious wife. The legend of Chief Waxis. Waxis was going hunting one day in early March. He yanked his tomahawk from the tree where he had hurled it the night before and went off for the day. The weather turned warm and the gash in the tree, a maple, dripped sap into a vessel that had happened to stand close to the trunk. Waxis's wife, toward evening, needed water in which to boil dinner. She saw the trough full of sap and thought that would save her a trip to get water. Anyway, she was a careful woman and didn't like to waste anything. She tasted it and found it good, a little sweet, but not bad, so she used it for cooking water. Waxis, when he came home from hunting, scented the unique maple aroma and from far off knew that something specially good was stewing. The water had boiled down to syrup, which sweetened their meal with maple. So says the legend was the happy practice inaugurated. First Nations people were the first to discover maple syrup and to use it in cooking. French settlers were shown by their Aboriginal neighbors how to tap maple trees and boil down the sap, which quickly became an important ingredient in many traditional dishes prepared over a wood fire. Over time, the methods for turning sap into syrups were refined. For decades, giant outdoor cast iron cauldrons were used for boiling sap. Then came the idea of building a shelter for protecting from the weather. Voila, the first sugar shack. Maple sap is harvested by drilling holes into the trunks of maple trees and inserting a spout into each hole. Traditionally, buckets were hung on the spouts to catch the dripping sap and were emptied into barrels on horse-drawn sleighs, which transported the sap to the sugar shack for processing. Today, most maple producers use an ingenious network of tubing connected to every tap hole. The sap is vacuum pumped straight into the evaporator in the sugar shack. Nothing is added. The water is simply evaporated from the sap to produce a rich syrup. It takes about 40 liters of sap to produce 1 liter of pure syrup, prized for its flavor, color, and clarity. Many maple producers close to the larger cities offer sugar shack meals in March and April. A sugar shack is much more than just a friendly place to indulge in the many joys of maple syrup. It's also the storehouse of a rich tradition going back millennia. Sugar shacks often strive to recreate the feel of days gone by with sleigh rides and traditional music, singing, and dancing. This is the end. Thank you for listening. And now join Natalia and Lorenzo for the analysis of some words from the reading.
Okay, Lorenzo, so you had the topic. So did you ever think that maple syrup is one of Canadian symbols?
Yes, of course I knew it, but there are so many Kenyan symbols, and we're actually covering some of the symbols in this season, in our season 2. So it was interesting to hear more about it.
And especially the history of this.
Yeah. Okay, so let's look at some words. So the first one is equinox. Equinox happens, it's one of the 2 times in the year. Usually mid-March and mid-September, when the sun is above the equator and the day and the night are of equal length. So we have here an example in Canada. The first day of the spring season is the day of the spring equinox.
To know, because actually we know about this special event around the year, but here in Canada, it's very important because it's different than the calendar year, the beginning of spring or winter.
Correct.
Or other seasons. So the next word, it will be Iroquois. So actually it's maybe a very popular word here in Canada. In this case, about specific word Iroquois, it's a member of any of the group of Native American peoples formerly living between the Hudson River and the St. Lawrence and Lake Erie. So in history of our region, it's a very important word. And definitely this sentence will describe more the meaning and the idea. The Huron-Wendat of the Great Lakes region, like the Iroquois, were farmers and hunters. So actually this group of people, they lived here.
Okay, our next word is ingenious. Ingenious. So something that is very clever, and maybe you have a smart idea. For example, the GPS is a truly ingenious invention. From genius, ingenious. Yeah. Do you drive, Natalia?
GPS?
Yeah, no, in general. Yeah. Do you use?
I agree. It's completely ingenious invention.
Great.
Okay, another word is refine, or in our text, it's to be refined. So this is a verb, and we use it when a substance is refined. It is made poor by having all other substances removed from it. For example, the process of refining oil produces several useful chemicals.
Okay, yeah. And then we have sap. Sap. So it's the liquid in a plant or a tree that has food, that carries food to all its parts. So maple syrup is made from sap that is extracted, so taken out from the sugar maple tree. Sap.
Yeah, and sometimes you even can use the sap not only from maple trees, but also from birches. So in my country, so you have the sap from the birch.
Okay.
Trough. So it's a long, narrow, open container for animals to eat or drink from. And we have an image of this, I think, trough. In a lot of movies, I think you saw this container. Today, we can use it for flowers, but maybe they are made from different materials.
Okay, our next word is cauldron. Cauldron. So it's a deep pot used for boiling or cooking food over fire. For example, it's famous, maybe the image of a witch with a cauldron, and you can find a picture of the cauldron in our handout.
Yes, so in these cauldrons, people, they boiled this sap, yes, to get maple syrup. Okay, another word, it's, I think it's definitely belongs to the indigenous people. It's tomahawk. It's a light axe used by native North Americans. And once again, you can take a look at the picture. Actually, we have already the understanding of several short hammers or axes. So hatchet, we mentioned this in the previous episodes.
Yes.
And now it's tomahawk.
Nice. Okay, our next word, we're going to food. So stew. So it's a dish made of meat and vegetables cooked slowly. And for example, you can say, I'm making stew for lunch. Okay. Stew.
Do you like stew, or can you prepare?
Yes, I do. I like it. I cannot cook it. I don't like cooking in general. Natalia, yeah. How about
Okay.
you? How about you?
Actually, for me, I started to cook stew as it is here in North America when I came to Canada. Another word is shack, but in our case, it's a sugar shack. Shack is a small and simple hut built from tin, wood, or other materials, and it can be just a cabin. Yes, not so popular as about shack, but a cabin. But we can use in the sentence about the old times. The settlement consists only of shacks. There were no roads, no water, no street lighting.
Mm-hmm. You can also say shack. For example, you can have your tools in the shack, right, close to your house. Yeah.
Okay.
And our the last word for today is indulge. Indulge is when you can use it when you allow yourself to have or to do something that you know you will enjoy very much. For example, we had enough time to indulge in a bit of window shopping. Yeah.
Mhm.
Do you like shopping, Natalia?
Oh, so lots of provocative questions. I do like shopping when I have especially some money in my pocket.
Okay, yeah. I like window shopping. I can see
Window
it. I
shopping.
see it. I like it, but I don't buy it.
It's an interesting case expression, window shopping. It's completely different from the regular shopping.
Yes. Okay, so this is our last word for today. And yeah, thank you, Natalia.
Thank you, Lorenzo.
Yeah, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.
This is the end of our episode.
Make sure to check out our Facebook page, Citizenship Test Preparation North York Community House, where you can find more information about our free preparation courses.
You can also visit our website, nych.ca, nych.ca, where you will find all the information and updates about our programs.
You can also find us on Instagram at niche online, LinkedIn, and Twitter.